Well, this is for my grandchildren who are all locked up at home because the schools are closed and the virus has the town shut down, and they say they're bored to death. And maybe so bored they would even listen to one of Grandpa's poems. So this is one I wrote many, many years ago, and I've recited to your parents many times when they were growing up. And this is called The Cricket, Sammy James. Young Sammy James was a cricket, and he lived in the Daniels rug, and he suffered all those heartaches that come when you're a bug. Sammy's teacher warned the class, stay far away from man. Adjust your sight, he'll run in fright or squish you if he can. Sam thought, I just don't get it. If I'm a monster, something's wrong. I scare a man who's 6'2" and I'm only 2 inches long? I don't eat much. I don't bite. Can't Mr. Daniels see? He needn't shout or jump about. After all, it's only me. Well, once, when Mrs. Daniels cried because she lost her ring, Sam hoped to prove all bugs aren't bad and this could be the thing. He searched beneath the furniture where lost things go to hide. He found her ring beneath the fridge, and he pushed it out with pride. The Daniels would not fear him now, that's all Sam ever wished, to wander free and never be afraid of getting squished. But Mrs. Daniels sprang at Sam like a ninja on attack, while her brave husband simply screamed and jumped upon her back. Well, Sam scurried fast and soon escaped and shook his head and sighed. Their fear won't end if we can't be friends, and heaven knows I've tried. Well, then came that night in mid-July when Sammy started to choke. He looked and he saw the dining room. It was filled with fire and smoke. Well, the other critters fled the home, each spider, bug, and mouse. And amid the flames stood Sammy James, and he would not leave the house. With all the Daniels sound asleep, Sam thought, I will not slack. I'll not let how they've treated me change how I treat them back. Well, Sam didn't have much trouble keeping low down to the floor, and he made his way to the light switch on the wall by the front door. And though exhausted, still he struggled. Yes, though all his strength was gone, he called more power to them 6 little eggs, and he turned that light switch on. Well, the light woke Mr. Daniels, which of course was Sammy's plan. And when Daniels saw the fire, from room to room he ran. But Sam coughed and shuddered, and he was tired, weak, and sore. But still he smiled as the Daniels filed quickly out the door. But as Mr. Daniels was leaving, he glanced over at the switch and raised his hand toward Sammy to give that bug a squish. Oh, well, the Daniels huddled in their yard, each shaking from the fright. And Mr. Daniels asked out loud, who turned on that light? Who awoke us, saved our lives while we were sleeping snug? All at once it came to him. It must have been that bug. That bug I squished and so despised. He gave his life, his all. And now I see it's not our size that makes us big or small. The Daniels family shook their heads to think what might have been. They did not know their teeny foe would prove their biggest friend. Just then, a tiny voice rang out. Don't cry and don't you grieve. When you reached to squish me flat, I jumped inside your sleeve. Well, Mr. Daniels then looked down as Sam clung to his shirt, and all the Daniels whooped for joy with Sammy James unhurt. Well, the firemen came rushing in to save the Daniels home, and the Daniels and Sam became the Daniels' friend. He lived there free to roam. And on the wall next to that switch, in letters bold and black, the Daniels marked the lesson learned upon a simple plaque. When meeting someone you don't know, don't scream and don't go nuts, 'cause we don't need to squish our friends to tell that they've got guts. That is the cricket, Sammy James. See ya, kids.